The wooden horse, symbol of the treachery of the Greeks, has brought fire and death to the once proud city of Troy. Those who escaped its devouring flames have begun their seemingly endless voyage as exiles, led by Aeneas, the last of the great defenders of the glory of Troy. 7 long years over unknown lands and uncharted seas until they reached the harsh, unfriendly shores of Italy.
Keep going.
Father! Father, how long will it be before we get some water?
Soon, I hope. Somewhere. Who is it this time?
It's Leach's mother. She's sick. She's got a fever. She's crying for water.
Go back to her. Stay with her.
There isn't any water, but my father says we'll have some soon.
They're exhausted. They can't go on without any food or water.
We'll never find anything in these marshes. We've got to make our way out of here as soon as possible. If we don't, they'll all give up hope. That's what I'm afraid of.
You're the only hope for all of us, Aeneas.
Spotted some strangers in the forest. Some men on a string of horses.
Maybe they'll help us. Agathon, Zenestus, stay here and make sure no one leaves the column. Vizio, Pandero, you two with me.
Everybody ready to move. We're about to leave these swamps. And Nia is going to find food and water for all of
We're coming to a large clearing. We'll set up camp there.
Go ahead, drink all of it. Hey, do you want to drown me?
Would it be a fine way to die after being thirsty for so long?
Not if I can help it. Hey, look out, you'll break that.
What are you doing with those horses? Get back!
Don't let them in the water! Hurry up the mud!
Get away, get back.
Go on! Get out of here!
Out of that water. What do you think you're doing? At least you give us time to fill up our jugs, couldn't you?
Let go of me! Get away!
Senzio, put down that sword.
They were trying to stop us from watering our horses!
That's not true. We just wanted to take a little clean water for ourselves.
Our horses were thirsty as well.
But they're animals. The men and women at our camp have been short of water a long time.
At your camp? And where's that?
Near the fork of the river Tiber. We're from Troy. Our chief's Prince Aeneas.
Aeneas? You have a famous man as your leader. Even here in our courts, they tell endless stories of his glorious but unsuccessful battles. What an honor for us. The last great defender of Troy has found his way to our lands.
As far as I'm concerned, he's just an intruder.
You're too impulsive, Messencio. If the famous Aeneas is thirsty, he must drink. It's not asking much of us. Let them have all the water they want.
We thank you in the name of Troy.
You see, we're more generous than the Greeks were to the Trojans. Come, Messencio.
Come on, follow me.
Where's your chief?
What do you want?
So you're Aeneas, the famous Trojan warrior.
He looks just like a common tramp, exactly like the rest of them.
Excuse him. He doesn't know anything of your fame, and he always places too much importance on appearances.
And you?
I am Torno, king of the Rutuli. I salute our celebrated visitor and offer him any help he may need on his voyage.
We don't need your help. We will stay here. I've already made our request to King Latino. I'm awaiting the return of our messenger now.
Since you refuse my help, I beg you at least to listen to some good counsel. Take food and water and get out of here as quickly as you can.
That doesn't sound like counsel, but more like an order. You must know these lands. They belong to the King of Laurentum. He's the only one who has the right to tell us to leave.
The only one? Take a good look at your men. Do you think they're still able to handle a spear?
Why don't you try them?
What are they going to do now?
I don't know. But I can tell you what we're going to do. We're going to build our huts and enjoy a well-earned rest. Let's get back to work.
Everybody, let's get to work. All of us. Come on, to work.
I'd better go on to Laurentum. You go back to Rutilia and bring me 2 companies of my best warriors.
We don't need to use your men. I know a way to take care of that whole camp of rotten intruders. Over there in the valley are the pastures of King Evandro, full of enormous bulls, untamed and vicious and savage. With a little persuasion, the herders will lend them to us.
Wild beasts thrown against human beasts. And we won't even get our hands dirty.
Agathon's back. Aeneas! Agathon's back.
Here he comes, and he's got a chariot. There's good news, Aeneas. King Latino is waiting for you in Laurentum. You'll be welcome with the respect and honor which befit your fame.
That's more than we'd hoped for.
All of the rulers of the neighborhood kingdoms in this region of Latium will assemble tomorrow at the royal palace to greet you. They've all been invited there by Latino.
What did you hear about Turno?
He's the king of Rutilia. The nephew of Queen Amata, but she treats him like a son. Why do you ask?
Look there! A herd of wild bulls! They're coming this way!
You men, get the women and children into the woods, quick! On your horses! We'll try to turn them away from the camp.
Go on this way!
Hurry! What are you doing here? Get into the woods with the rest of them. Let's get the shepherds! They're the ones driving the herd! That's why I asked you about Turno. I thought he'd do something like this.
What do you propose, Anea?
Get an escort ready. I intend to leave. Now, we've a friend in the king at Laurentum. I have to visit him.
Very good.
You, tighten that rope on your side.
Sinestus!
You'll have to pull a little harder.
Sinestus!
That's right. Now lower the frame and leave it to dry. Yes, Anea.
I'm entrusting you with the command of the camp. Cut more logs and build a high and strong stockade.
Don't you worry, Anea. I'll take good care of everything.
Julio. Were you afraid of those bulls?
Me? No.
Hmm?
Well, a little maybe. But I didn't hide.
Good, son. I'm leaving for Laurentum soon. And we rarely get a chance to talk to one another.
But I'm always watching you.
I know. And that's helped me through some very difficult moments.
Pleased to see you.
This is a great occasion.
We think so, too.
I see you've organized a truly royal gathering for the stranger's arrival.
I've only carried out the instructions given me by the king.
After you'd made the suggestions, I'm sure. You've been the most influential minister the king has ever had. Everyone knows that.
The most loyal.
You might be very useful in my service.
You have Messencio, a perfect counselor.
So your king has ordered his people to provide a welcome. But if Anea doesn't appear...
What makes you think he won't?
It's only an idea. You know how they occur to one. Greetings, Palante. I'm glad you're here. I know your father depends on you, but it's a pity we've had no chance to see one another.
Yes, and it's a pity I haven't seen your men visiting our lands at night and stealing our livestock.
Today, our young friend Palante has a very sharp tongue.
Are you surprised? You know very well he's telling the truth. He's not going to greet you like a brother.
Oh, Camila, you don't really believe all those lies, do you?
I'd prefer to believe nothing at all, rather than what I hear about you.
Well said. That proves you love me just as much as you ever did, Camila.
Perhaps. Does it really matter to you?
It matters a lot. More than you know. Historic welcome interest you?
On the contrary, I'm bored with it.
But still you came, and you're more beautiful than ever.
You think I had a special reason for coming?
Perhaps.
Since you need an explanation, don't forget I'm the king's daughter and I must greet his guests. It's simply a question of my duties.
Naturally. But when I come to Laurentum, am I not a guest as well?
Anea, it's an honor to receive you. May I present my wife, Queen Amata, and my daughter, Lavinia.
It's hard for me to express my thanks for this welcome.
Your bravery is known to all of us. Though you're in exile, the glory of Troy lives in your name.
Our people were driven from our lands. That's why I've come to you.
We've heard much about the long and useless war that destroyed your homeland. And from what we've been told, the vanquished behaved more nobly than the victors.
No words have cheered me more. Since the glorious days of peace in Troy, fate has brought us here, to your land.
I prefer to look upon it as a return. As the founder of Troy was from Latium, we're both from the same race.
I'm happy this ancient tie lives in your memory. It gives me hope that my request will be granted. Give us refuge in your land. We have come to the river Tiber by the will of the gods. If you allow it, we shall stay.
You have my word that your request will be considered by us most favorably, Aenea. And I say this on behalf of the other royal houses who have gathered here today to pay you their due respects. Camilla, queen of all the Volscians. It would be hard to find a man who rivals her in courage and daring.
Thank you for having honored me with your presence.
Palante, son of King Evandro.
If my father weren't handicapped by his great age, he himself would greet you. I'm proud to bid you welcome.
He should be proud of his son. I will tell him that.
And this is Torno, king of the Rutuli.
We've already met. I had the pleasure of visiting him at his camp on my way here. I admired his large band of brave followers, and their leader, of course, the illustrious Aenea. Before I left, I gave him a bit of advice, too.
I had proof of your admiration after you had gone.
Might I be permitted, as a servant of the crown, to pay homage to our celebrated and much-traveled guest?
Calchas, my most faithful minister.
All the princes taking part in the games are choosing their horses today. Do you intend to be there?
Yes, unless you advise me to the contrary.
I only want to tell you, don't allow Torno to provoke your anger. What I mean is, just behave with the dignity you showed before outside the palace. I admired your calm when he started baiting you. What went on when you two met at your camp?
Nothing important.
Are you sure?
You know Torno better than I. Why does he want us to leave Latium?
For many reasons, I suppose. Surely for just as many reasons as I want you to stay here. Therefore, I will use all my influence to support your request to the king. A Greek painted those frescoes for us some years ago. If you wish, go in, Aenea.
Thank you, Calchas.
I must return to the king.
I was hoping that you wouldn't discover this room.
Why, Lavinia?
I know it's a painful feeling to be faced with pictures of the past.
Our memories can be even more painful. I well remember all of this. I have nothing else to remember.
I hope you found at least the painter was impartial.
Only time is impartial. The truce established between victors and vanquished, that grows into peace.
Are you saying now that you don't hate your enemies anymore?
They're no longer enemies. I fought them without hating them. I fought only because I loved what I was defending.
But the Greeks destroyed your homeland and sent you and your people into exile.
That's true. But these memories don't create any bitterness or hatred.
I never quite expected to hear you speak like this.
What did you expect?
Oh, I thought you'd say the empty phrases all heroes use, who believe only in force and in vengeance.
Maybe I'm not a hero.
Of course he is, Lavinia. Our Aeneas is simply being modest. You've seen the warm welcome he gets from the peasants and townspeople. It's impressive. And they're the ones who really create our myths. Come, child. I'm sure our famous visitor has need of rest. It's been a tiring day, even for him.
Thank you for your courtesy. Your hospitality is well known.
I've been looking for you, Amata. I'd like to see you, too.
You and I see far too much of each other.
You must have a little patience, Torno. Lavinia has always been very headstrong.
I have been patient. But for how much longer?
Until she gets to know you better and realizes your qualities.
We have no more time.
Why not?
Do you still hope to see me reign as king on the throne of Laurentum?
Of course, you're my nephew.
Very well, then you'd better act before the Trojan steps in and ruins our plans.
Come. Aeneas, what makes you think he could be a threat to us?
I know what he can do. You were there. Calchas and Latino hung on his every word. And you saw how the people cheered him.
You know that we at the court of Laurentum always receive our guests formally.
I'm aware of that. Aeneas, however, isn't just another guest. Men like him think they're champions of the downtrodden, defenders of liberty. They have an uncanny strength, one that gives courage to weaker men.
Am I mistaken, or are you praising him?
Not at all. I'm trying to make you see the danger to both of us if he remains here in Latium. Do you think he'll be satisfied with that little plot of land on the Tiber? And what will they ask for later if his prestige keeps on growing?
If what you say is true, we must deal with Aeneas. I think I may know a way we can do it.
Tell me how.
Don't forget that Latino hasn't come to a decision about Aeneas yet. I can convince my husband not to grant him the land he wants.
You heard the king. He went too far. He can't refuse Aeneas now.
Perhaps you have another solution. If so, what is it?
That I must marry Lavinia at once. Listen to me, Amata. Time is working for Aeneas, but there's hope. Married to Lavinia, I could drive those Trojan beggars out of Latium. I know how much I'm asking of you, but everything is lost unless your husband announces we're betrothed and does it tonight.
Lavinia is my daughter. Her happiness is important to me, and she doesn't love you. She told me so. You'll be good to her, promise me.
You have my promise. I know full well what she feels for me, so you can be sure I'll do all I can to make her love me and to make her happy.
Let me have some time to think about it.
You know how to ride. Look at that.
You think they'll take part in the game? No, they're only for the Latin.
That way Turtle's sure to win.
Let me go after the Trojans again, but this time with your soldiers. We have the advantage since Aeneas is not there.
It's no longer necessary.
I don't agree. Force is always necessary.
That's where you're mistaken. If you'd learn to be a little more artful and a little less the tyrant, You'd still be king of the Etruscans, Messencio, instead of just my faithful servant.
I'll regain the throne one day.
If I help you.
I see we have another thing in common. A slight distaste for Torno.
If Torno's merely distasteful to you, to me he's becoming more of an obsession. Excuse me, Anea, if I say things that have no meaning for you.
You have a right to your feelings, Lavinia. And whatever they are, always defend them.
Why don't you take a horse and show us your skill over the jumps?
No, thanks. I'm here as a spectator.
Spectators never have won any competitions, or so I've heard.
I haven't entered this one yet. If I decide to, I'll be sure and let you know.
Your distinguished guests are arriving, Your Majesty.
All right, then. What have you decided? If my happiness, if my wishes still have any meaning, do as I ask you.
Don't forget that our daughter's wishes are also important.
Lavinia will reign with Turno. She will have a strong man on the throne beside her. One who can make decisions and make them without the aid of a counselor.
You still don't agree with my policies.
Your policies are weak. That's because you've only been doing the things that Cultus wants you to do.
I hate all violence. I always have. And I believe that the peoples of Latium are able to live in peace with one another.
Stop being so unrealistic. When Lavinia puts on my crown, I want to be sure she's wearing more than a piece of jewelry. It must be the symbol of power.
When you speak like that, I think I hear Torno's voice.
And when I listen to you, I hear the words of Cultus. What do you have against my nephew, will you tell me?
It would be unwise to give Turno more power than he has. We have to think of our other neighbors in Latium. You must know the Etruscans hate us on his account.
And since when have you been afraid of the Etruscans?
Ever since I learned that they have alerted their armies, they'll destroy all of us if we start war among ourselves.
I'm not sure which is worse, Turno or his friend Messencio. They think they understand how to use power, but they're only tyrants.
That's not true. Turno isn't a tyrant. He'd never act like one. If you give in and grant some of our land to Anea, you've got to announce tonight that you have promised Turno he can marry our daughter Lavinia. If you don't, you'll lose what respect I have left for you. My husband won't be needing your counsel anymore. You're dismissed. He's the king. He'll make all the decisions.
have your lands. Latino's slow in deciding because he fears for Lavinia.
I don't understand.
Latino is being trapped by Queen Amata and Turno. Careful now. Don't be imprudent.
You, Aeneas, have come to us in good faith to ask us that which I, King of Latium, am ready to grant you and your followers. With all of the privileges of my crown, I grant you complete sovereignty over the lands adjoining the forks of the Tiber. A sovereignty which will remain with you and your sons, who will bear the rank of princes of Latium from this day forth and for all time.
You see what I tell you?
Your Majesty, now I've only words with which to thank you. But I can promise you this, that you'll never regret the gift you have given the Trojans today.
You're not going to take him at his word, are you, Latino? You're making a serious mistake, tearing apart your kingdom to give territory to a band of foreigners. I give you fair warning. This dangerous move, which you think concerns only Latium, is certain to put a great strain on our alliance.
In Laurentum, there's always a place for those who want to live in peace and friendship, even foreigners.
But your country's only one of many in Latium. Why not ask us? Our lands border yours. Ask us if we want these people to stay here or not. Camila, how do you feel about it?
I share with King Latino his respect for Aeneas, but my basic position remains unchanged. I do agree with Turno. Not that I dispute your right to grant your own lands to anyone you choose, but I do take into account the possible risks, the consequences of this foreign invasion.
We all welcome you among us, Aeneas. Those of us who love peace and justice rejoice that you are now a prince equal in power to all of Latium's rulers. We too have been forced to submit to abuses, been humiliated as you were at Troy, by those who maintain constantly that the only valid rule is the law of violence.
No, Palante, let's call it force. Let no one say it isn't useful. I use it whenever necessary, and I always get the best results.
Apply your law in Rutilia, as long as you can. But in my lands, now that they're mine, only just laws are valid. And no one will break them. No one.
Music.
Aeneas,
What do you want?
a word with you.
You can spare yourself the trouble. I've already seen this room.
Are you quite sure? On the contrary, I had the impression you'd completely forgotten what happens to those who oppose a power greater than their own. King Latino has granted you the lands you wanted. You've received the approval of the crowds, but you need more. You may not think so, but it's most important. You need my approval.
I can do without it.
That's a hard thing to do. You're in my way now, and I can't allow that. I'm telling you for the last time. Leave here.
Do you think you can drive me away?
And do you think you can oppose me, Aeneas? I don't accept the king's decision. I'll fight it with all my strength.
You have something else to say?
Why not take what I offer you? Food, wagons, and gold. Leave peacefully. Continue your voyage. Listen to me, Aeneas. Because tomorrow I can't guarantee you anything, not even your life.
And now you listen to me. We're staying on the land that was given us, at any cost.
You're staying on the land. Above it or under it? Most impressive, that Trojan horse. Until tomorrow, Prince of Latium.
Chosen a fine spot to build your camp, my friends, but why have you put up this stockade?
We have to be ready to take care of any uninvited guests.
King of Andro's wild cattle?
Driven by Tuno's men.
All right, go ahead and tell us. Where is all this game you say we'll find?
Near the boundaries of the city. There are deer, wild bear, and rabbits.
Will you show us where?
I take care of these fields along the Tiber, and I mustn't leave them. But if you follow my directions, you'll get there without any trouble. When you leave the camp, just go along the stream until you come to the White Rocks. There's some poplars just to the left of them. After that, there's a great oak forest where you'll find all the deer you could possibly want.
Why give us all this information, Shepard? What do you want from us in return?
You can keep all the meat, but I'd like you to give me the hide of everything you kill.
Fair enough. Ready for the hunt, men.
Hey, Bizia. Julia wants to go along with us.
My aim is good.
Pull harder. You've got to pull on the bowstring.
Takes more than aim. You got to draw the bowstring all the way to your shoulder. Keep pulling. That's right. Now you can get me with one shot. Let's go.
We'll all be waiting. You better bring back some game. And you'd better get a move on and finish those gates. If they're not in place when we get back, you'll go to bed hungry.
As a symbol of your victory, but surely not as an honor. A victory you well know you did not merit.
Very well, then, I challenge everyone. I'm more than willing to give this trophy to anyone here who can do better than I.
I accept that challenge.
Majesty. With your permission, I would like to give this trophy to Palante. He's really the one who deserves it. Palante.
It's Mezenzio.
Who's on the stretchers?
I don't know, but those two prisoners, they're Trojans.
Why are you doing this, Mezenzio? Why are you interrupting the games?
This can't wait. 2 of your loyal subjects have been brutally killed, only because they were trying to uphold the sacred laws of Laurentum. All of you here knew the priest Tiro, the guardian of the sacred deer. And his son Vetolo. Look at them now.
Why are my men held prisoner?
Because they're the ones responsible for killing our 2 beloved priests. Speak up, is this true?
No one told us the deer was sacred. Our people need food. We were told we could hunt where we want.
That's not what Anea is asking. He wants to know who killed Tiro and his son.
They were hiding in the woods. It was a trap. And suddenly they jumped out on us. There must have been more than 30 of them.
Answer me. Did you kill those men?
We tried our best not to, but we saw they were butchering without mercy. They would have killed us all if we hadn't fought back.
Take them away! You heard them confess, didn't you? Now you know the Trojans for what they are.
Calm your people down, King Latino. Give me time to find out the truth.
Back! Go back to your homes! By order of the king, the people demand justice! Stop! Stop, Mezenzio! Mezenzio, you don't know what you're doing!
Too much. I'm beginning to believe you're mad.
We must kill all of them!
Not in the least. It was necessary.
After them! The soldiers won't stop you! After them! Tell him! Quick! Come on! Don't let a single one escape! They murdered Nero and his son! They violated our sacred laws! Kill them all!
Palante! It's Palante and his guard!
Go through that door. Hurry up now. Hurry. Hurry.
We've got to get to the east gate immediately before they block every way out of the city. There are more of my men out there with horses for all of you.
No. I must speak to Latino first. I have to prove to him the Trojans are not at fault.
Torno won't give you time for that. The whole city's on his side.
Go out that way, quickly.
What are you going to do? Who'll protect you now?
Don't worry about me. You must save your men above all. And save yourself, Aenea. You're the only hope we have left.
I must get back to camp before Turno attacks.
I don't think he'll leave Lorenta before tomorrow. He needs the time to organize his army and prepare for an assault.
I can't risk it. If he attacks, I've got to be there with my people. Volante, you go talk with the Etruscans. Maybe they'll join forces with us.
Yes, they ought to be glad to help us, because Turno and Messensia will be a menace to them, too.
I know, but the Etruscans are suspicious of me because I was once Turno's friend. It won't be easy to convince them now that I'm no longer an ally of the Rutuli. But I'll try. And if I have any luck, I'll rejoin you with a large force of Etruscans and the rest of my army.
Agathon will go with you. If you're unable to win them over, send them back to camp by sundown.
As you wish, Aenea.
Follow me.
It's impossible. I can't do what you ask. I've no doubt that Aenea will hand over the guilty men if there's any truth in what Messencio says.
You mean you're still not convinced, despite the fact that Aenea has fled with his accomplices? If he's innocent, let him come prove it.
And face being stoned to death by an angry crowd? The hatred you managed to set loose is beyond all control.
The body of that priest lying down there in the square with his son speaks much more eloquently than anything you're saying.
It was a trap. The Trojans defended themselves.
Against whom? Surely not against me and my men. The people want justice, and they demand it now. Listen to them, Latino. Their voice is more powerful than yours.
You had no trust in Turno, but Turno didn't betray us. It was Aenea, your new ally. There's no need to look for Calchas. They've killed your faithful old minister. But maybe it was all for the best. Now he won't be able to influence you with all that poisonous chatter which made you nothing more than his royal pawn.
None of it's true. Not a bit of it. Tell me why a man like Aenea could be so faithless as to renounce his oath of loyalty when he's always talked about peace. He came here to ask for hospitality, and he was given it.
Of course, and he's taking the best advantage of it. Aenea wants a lot more. Now that we've uncovered his deceit, he'll attack us. I'm sure of that.
We should level that camp, burn it to the ground. There's no other way, and you know it as well as I do.
You must wait. Wait before more blood is spilled for nothing.
We might be able to wait, but the people won't. I ask you to open the temple of the war god. If you now fail to attack the Trojans, your people will rebel against you, Latino.
Do you think my soldiers won't obey if they're told to stop the riots which have started?
Why ask me that? Why not ask Volshente? He commands your forces.
All of your soldiers agree with the people, and the people demand that the priest hero and his young son shall be avenged.
Now do you realize you must have faith in Turno? He will defend Laurentum and defend your throne as well.
Messencio has already gone to collect my soldiers, and we have Camilla and her army.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. Why should I join you in this insane venture?
Insane, is that what you call it? It seems to me that yesterday you agreed with my ideas.
Let's clarify your ideas. You hate Aenea, and because of that you want us all to risk a costly war with the Etruscans.
We must liberate those lands on the Tiber and drive Aenea out. Your soldiers and mine can lead the attack. As for Camilla, she'll come to her senses if she cares for me.
What is it you want of me?
That you open the temple of Janus.
Leave that to Turno. He's the one who wants this war. The responsibility is his alone.
And I accept it. Yes, all the responsibility.
Volshente, have the custodians prepare the ceremony. Let us go, Lavinia.
No.
How many have you made?
About 200, all good and strong, and 150 lances.
Give some of those swords to us old men, too, and we'll be able to use them better than most of these young devils.
You're going to have to wait till some of us young devils have no more use for their swords. Then maybe you'll get one.
They may lack weapons, but not courage. Let's hope that Agathon comes back soon with good news.
Let's hope so. But it's already sunset, and there's no sign of him or the Etruscans.
Well, we can be grateful no one's seen Turno. I don't believe he can risk leaving Laurentum much before tomorrow.
Look! The Rotoli! They're here! The Rotoli!
There are far too many for us. They'll break right through on the first assault. Everyone take cover. Everybody but the soldiers.
I don't think they'll attack us now. In a short while, it'll be dark. Turno has come to show us his power.
Anaya! It's still not too late, Anaya. I offer your people a chance to leave these lands. But this is your last warning. I'm giving you the night to come to a decision. If you're not, will be broken down. You'll be slaughtered, every one of you. And now come and take back this man who wants to die with you.
It's Agathon.
Open the gates.
We mustn't delude ourselves any longer. To try to resist Turner without help would be suicide. I must make my way through his lines. I must bring back help. Or Turner will destroy us tomorrow. Volante cannot have been able to convince the Etruscans. And maybe I won't be. But it's my duty to try. If I were to stay here, the only thing I could do would be to open the gates and beg Turno to spare our women and children.
Go, Aeneas. Every one of us knows that if the Etruscans will listen to any man, that man is you.
We'll have trouble making your way. Turner's lines are strong. You'll need someone to go along with you. Please let me come too.
I want to go also.
Get ready.
What's wrong with the horses?
It's the Trojans! Alert! Alert!
Let's go. Hurry. I'm untying the horses so Turno's men can't follow us.
There's no time. Come on. That's an order.
Hurry up, Lisa. Quick.
We need arrows. Get as many as you can.
Here, 5 of them.
More. We need more.
You, Palante, get your men and pretend you're attacking Turno's cavalry. At the last moment, ride through into the woods, over there to the right of the encampment. They'll be sure to follow you. I'll wait till you're inside that wood. Then with the Etruscan troops, I'll fall upon those who still remain in front of the camp.
You can count on me.
Let's go.
Cavalry! Charge! Ready, charge! Light the arrows!
Palante and his men are attacking our cavalry.
Get to Turno. Courage! Make every arrow count.
It's Palante. He's coming.
Forward! Charge!
I'm going after Palante. Continue attacking the camp.
Here's the messenger we've been waiting for.
Turno's cavalry have followed Palante's men into the woods.
That's just what we wanted.
Look there. The vultures. They're attacking us.
Camila. I was afraid this would happen. Form a defense line.
Forward! Forward! Attack!
Not much longer.
That's Camila. Don't miss.
Let them go. Hurry. Let's get to camp.
The battle's lost! Stop! Go back! Coward! Turn back, Bolshin traitors! Turn back and fight! Fight, I say! Hurry! Hurry up, you! And you, what are you doing? Get some more water. Hurry! Water, water! What's happened? Camila joined us with her forces. Renee and the Etruscans slaughtered the Volscians. They all ran away when Camila got killed. Camila. Now Renee is attacking our soldiers by the camp. If we stay here, we'll be destroyed. To Laurentum.
E ora ci attaccano davanti al campo. Saremo decimati.
A Laurento.
We have to defend the city.
Have his body put on a war chariot and escorted to his home. Tell his father he died a hero. And that I mourn his death as if he were my brother. Camila. Too many dead. What good is this truce if tomorrow the killing begins all over again?
Wait there.
Enea. Why have you come here?
To speak to your father. He must listen to me.
What can he do? You know he didn't want this war.
I know. But he can help me end it before it's too late.
How can he help? Tell me.
What is it you have to say, Enea?
The Trojans have been accused of provoking this war, and I've never been allowed the chance to disprove it. However, you surely must realize that the truth can no longer be hidden. That this accusation against us, that all of the prejudice and hatred spread among our peoples come from the ambitions of just one man. Today, after helping us win our victory in the field, the Etruscan army was ready to march directly on Laurentum. I restrained them. But tomorrow, if you continue to fight, I won't be able to stop them.
We'll defend ourselves. You from Troy know better than any of us how long a city can hold out against a siege.
But we had a just cause. The people believed in it. They knew why they were fighting. Look at these people. How long will they go on fighting to support your cause, your ambitions?
What are you asking me to do? Surrender Laurentum?
No. I've come here to offer myself in the cause of peace. If Turno will do the same. Let combat between the two of us alone decide the outcome of this terrible war. If I am defeated, I have the Etruscans' promise to withdraw, together with the Trojans.
But let us say that you kill me.
What is there to stop you from taking over the throne of Laurentum?
I shall lay my weapons at the feet of the king as a token of friendship and respect.
Some of us here have doubted you, Aeneas, but this is the best proof of your good faith and the honor of your countrymen.
Very well. Tomorrow I'll be at the gates of your camp. Prepare yourself, Trojan, for it will be your last day on earth.
I'm here because I wanted to be with you at this time.
You shouldn't have come, Lavinia.
I had to come. I couldn't bear the thought of not seeing you again.
Please, go back to Laurentum. No matter what happens, your father will protect you.
What does it matter to me where I am if you shouldn't come back? The thought that I might lose you forever, Aeneas. Forgive me, Aeneas. I know how foolish you think I am, but I'm in love and I'm afraid. Don't send me away. Let me wait here, I beg of you. It will give me strength.
Stay. I don't ever want to let you go.
There he is, over there. Somebody go tell Aeneas.
Father! Father! Torno's here. It's Torno.
I heard it. Don't get so excited.
You're Julio, aren't you?
Yes.
If you like, we two can wait together until your father comes back.
Give me a hand, will you? Come on. Give me a hand.
Open the gates.
Here ends the story of Aeneas. The lifetime of one man has linked two of the most exciting of legendary events, the fall of Troy and the birth of Rome. And as Rome grows through the centuries, legend is slowly transformed into history. A history of civil wars, expansion into empire, and finally, the beginnings of our Western civilization.